Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Pokemon Ruby. It is I, Xilestar, and today a lot of training has been done. So as you can currently see from my party as of now, as you can see from the experience, a lot of work has been done. Except for Hugsbellow though. And as you can see, the Xavier Cell hasn't had much experience, or I haven't done much training on him, but right now Ease is going to be the weak link right now, so we're not going to be training him too much. So allow me to show you where I was training, so that way though everybody can follow along kind of thing. So we're going to use the Pokénav for this because it has the map. So I think we last left off over here in Fall Arbor Town. So I scoured the walkthrough, the wiki kind of thing. Well, I used the walkthrough to find out the Pokemon that we can find. I scoured that thing to find out what the best route to train for the IVs that I was looking for was. So as you probably are no doubt aware, out of the 5 Pokemon, that's right, 5 Pokemon that we use in battle, 3 of them are physical attackers, and 2 of them are special attackers. So, but there's a route that technically all 5 of them would benefit, except for Balmor a little bit, but that's beside the point. So the idea was that I was trying to figure out which route would be ideal. I thought the first route in the game would be ideal, because typically that has a lot of Pokemon that have speed EVs. That's typically what you find in the first route. That's correct, except for Wurmple, I believe, and I think there was another one. No, it was just Wurmple. Wurmple gives you health EVs, which we do not need. If we ever need health EVs, just go to Verdant Turf Tunnel, or Rustboro Tunnel, or whatever it is. Fight the Whismur. They give you 1 health EV, and you're good. So I then scoured the whole entire thing to figure out which area it is. And the area that I found that works the best is this area over here, Route 103. So if you do not know this, Route 103, you have a 30% chance of finding Poochyena. Poochyena, when you defeat it, gives you 1 attack EV, which is perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. So I ended up finding a bunch of them for the team. I think it was mostly just for Brina to get a whole bunch of attack EVs. And Xavier Cell was just collecting some of them at the same time. And then I think later on, I think I had Zergo taking a few of them too, because Zergo does kind of need it too. And then after I was done training up those 3, in particular with this route, I went all the way over here, because Numel gives you special attack EVs. So I ended up leveling up both Elsbeth and Balmor this area. They didn't really get much from what I can see. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, Elsbeth is the only one that looks a little bit will need a lot of work though, but Balmor and all the rest don't really look that bad. So yeah, so I'm going to show you exactly what their EVs right now are. Okay, I want to mention something here, okay? So how Gen 3 works... Okay, I'm going to show you through Brina first. Okay. So these are Brina's stats, okay? So I'm going to load up Brina on PK Hex. I did use PK Hex, but I only used it to see what the EVs are. That's it. I wanted to make sure that I know what EVs I was collecting. That's all I used PK Hex for. So as you can see, this is what Brina's stats are, okay? So if I load up PK Hex here, these are Brina's stats according to PK Hex. So I'm going to supersize it for you guys so I can clearly show what I'm talking about over here. So I apologize for this. So as you can see, there's the base stat total, which is over here. Oh, sorry. No, I don't have the pointer in there. Hold on. No, capture cursor. What? Oh, there it is. So we have the base stat total over here. So this is the base stats that Swellow has. These are Brina's IVs. And these are the EVs, alright? So how this is calculated is that it takes what your IVs are and what your EV total is, and it does some weird magical numbers. I don't know what it is. So as you can see, the attack is 59. But wait. But this says attack is 47. That doesn't make any sense, right? So how Gen 3 works, I don't know how far it goes, but I definitely know it's Gen 3. How Gen 3 works is that if you EV train, the EVs don't technically get applied until after you level up. So if I were to, let's say, level up Brina would be having a giant stat increase that looks impossible to have for a single level. And that's only, I've only noticed it in Gen 3. I don't know if Gen 4 or Gen 5, like, I don't know when they changed that, so though it's automatic, but it's automatic. So, like, if you were to go on, I think the only time it becomes automatic is when the Pokemon is level 100 in the old games, and then you can actually see the stats change. But in the modern games, you'll actually see them change right then and there. They'll change immediately. Then you'll be like, oh my god, right? Like, that's amazing. So these are Brina's changes. So as you can see, I was mostly working on attack. As you can see, 230. So I defeated a lot of Poochyena right here. And the other thing you can find in that route is Zigzagoon and Wingull. Both of them give you speed EVs. They both give you 1, but they give you speed EVs. So that's amazing, right? So that's exactly what I ended up doing. I ended up just farming them a bunch of times. And that's how I got my EVs. Very cool. Okay, so we're just going to move this over here so we can see the party. I get it decently well. Yeah, let's change the size a little bit like that. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so here is Balmor stats. Barely changed. I didn't get too much leveling because Nummels give you a lot more experience. But you know what? That's pretty okay-ish stats, I guess. I don't know. And then here's Zergo. Zergo got at least a little bit of an attack boost and speed boost. Not enough to say, like, oh my god, it's going to be a threat on the battlefield. But it's going to be a decent thing here. And Xavier Sal, again, got a whole bunch from Brina just fighting everything. And got a little bit of speed EVs as well. But Xavier Sal did get I think Xavier Sal did actually fight a little bit on its own, but that's not enough. And Elspeth didn't really do much training. I mostly just tacked on EXP share when it was Balmor fighting until, I think it is, until I ended up, like, I think it was just so that, like, Balmor can train a little bit more without having to worry about experience nearly as much, but that was it. And then obviously I try to maintain having Hugs Bellow collecting items as well, so hey, I gotta make sure that Hugs Bellow keeps giving me free stuff, which it did. It gave me some free stuff though. And I want to do something really quick. I want to do an experiment, not a dangerous experiment, but an experiment nonetheless. So how, before, I think it's Generation 6, I want to say, could be Generation 7. I don't know, it's one of the generations. I know it's before Generation 8. So how Protein and all of them worked, and I don't know if it works the way that I'm interpreting it, or if it works differently. But the way that I understood it, in sort of like the way that I interpret it, is that in order for you to use the vitamins, either you have to not have used 10 of those vitamins on that Pokemon itself, or it has to be like just a bit over it. Like what I mean is that, like, what am I trying to think of right now? I'm blanking on what I want to say, kind of thing. I think that's why I'm just fumbling it right now. Because you can only use up to 10 each on a Pokemon, and then it just card caps it. But is that because their EV becomes 100? Or not, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to test this out, because I don't think Brina, I've actually used any protein on it. So I'm quite curious. I did pick one up. Oh, I picked two up. I picked one. I know one. I know I definitely picked up one. But I picked one up through Hugs Bellow. So I want to see. It won't have any effect. Okay, so this means that if your Pokemon has 100 of that stat or below, you can use the vitamin to boost up that stat. So I can definitely tell you this. The only one that fits the requirement to actually use protein is Zergo. It's Zergo, 100%. Zergo is the only one that fulfills the requirements to actually use it. Okay, so I'm gonna level up Brina with the Macho Brace. We're gonna fight a Machop in the area, because Machop actually gives you a physical attack EV. So we're gonna go do that. And it's just Brina. Just Brina. We're not going to go ahead and level up everybody on the team, though. Yeah, we have a 75% chance of encountering Numel. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Yeah, the one time I want Numel to always show up kind of thing. And do this. And the one time I don't want it to appear. There we go. I'll use Quick Attack. So the reason why we want to use a Macho Brace is because any EVs we gain during battle, we get 2 of them. Which is ideal for us, because we want to have 2 of them. So watch this. Look at that attack increase and look at that speed increase. Yes, I did level up Brina's speed a little bit though. And that's what I mean. It looks like it shouldn't happen that way. Like it looks like that's like almost impossible to find off of a Pokemon. Okay, so I want to give you... Oops. I want to give you the Macho Brace. I want to give you the Experience Share. I want to give you the Silk Scarf. And technically all of you are really fast. I think I'll give Zergo the Quick Claw for now. And that should be fine. And we all know what it is. It's time to get Brina burnt so we can get Guts to initiate. Hopefully we get lucky with this. If I have to speed it up, I'm going to speed it up. By the way, the time is like... It only took me like 3 hours to train everybody up. So... Not a lot of time. And that's with me speeding up too. That's with me doing this. Get burnt, please. No, you're gonna do the thing where you're not gonna do it at all. And you want to know what's actually really funny though? During training, you know how many times I just wanted to have like a full team of Zigzagoons and just train, and then hopefully I get a lot of items through that training. I really wanted to do that. Yes, thank you. So this is why I gave Balmor the Mancho Brace. Is so I can use Water Gun. And Balmor gets a level, but also so does Elspeth. But actually, Elspeth might not even get a level. Oh no, Elspeth did get a level. Balmor might not, yeah. But Elspeth at least got some experience out of that, so that's ideally the best case scenario for us. All right, Super Potion. That should be okay. I don't think I need to worry about anything else. I'll potion up Balmor, and we're gonna go take on Maxi again. So I liked our idea the first time, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead with Hug's Bellow, because it doesn't matter if Hug's Bellow is fainted or not to get the item. So I think using Hug's Bellow as the sacrificial lamb is probably going to be the best case scenario, especially against Intimidate. That's the thing we do not want. Our best case scenario would have been to have Brina having a sharp beak with either Aerial Ace or, I guess in this case, the wing attack though. But in case of any accuracy drops, I would have preferred to have something closely related to doing that. Also, you want to know why I keep forgetting that I shouldn't heal